Welcome to the bold analysis. Kanini Kega stormy interview in Inoro TV Monday morning has actually have sparked a political discussion in this country. And the big question is, what is behind the U-turn? In a very unexpected turn of events, Kanini Kega, the Ayala Member of Parliament, who believes that he got that position courtesy of Kenya Kwanza, and the Deputy President Rigathi Handshake is on record confirming that he talked with Mount Kenya Members of Parliament to ensure that Kanini Kega is backed for that position. Today, for the first time after switching to UDA, is taking a direct swipe on Kenya Kwanza in a rare defense of Uhuru Kenyatta, the fourth president. And he has mentioned 5 issues that he has addressed in that interview that I want us to look at. Then shall put this, some 5 issues, shall put this in a context and get the reason behind that U-turn. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our video. Thank you very much for your support. Kanini Kega is telling William Ruto and Rigathi Handshake, or rather Kenya Kwanza administration, that they need to apologize to Kenyans for lying about the promises that they will do and how they will change, they will lower the cost of living overnight. And is asking them that instead of speaking about the fact that instead of saying so many things, they should first apologize. And this is coming, this is a rebuttal to what William Ruto said yesterday while speaking somewhere in Nairobi. William Ruto made this speech and said that we had reports that, not even that, he said that Kenya should be grateful that I am the president at this time when we have problems. If it were other people, yes, I am happy that I am the president of Kenya when things are tough. Because when they are, it did someone like me. If it was if it was my competitors, it would be, oh my goodness, sorry for that mishap. It will be someone different. The situation will be different. And that is what Kanini Kega was responding to, that they need to apologize. Number 2 is asking Kenya Kwanza that they should not blame the handshake regime between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga for things that did not work or for their floppy start. And this is a U-turn because Kanini Kega is on record castigating handshake regime and saying that no one should even think of anything like a handshake. The only handshake that should be tolerated is the handshake between him and William Ruto. And I took quite saying that they should not even blame the Ukraine war for the things going on now. And in that speech, he was addressing about the cost of living. That the blame game on Uhuru Kenyatta is actually irrelevant. Number 3, Kanini is telling Kenya Kwanza that as a member of the East African community, Kenyan economy is the worst in the region. And despite of the Kenya Kwanza promising to stabilize the Kenyan shilling, they have miserably failed, which is true. They've miserably failed to rescue the fallen Kenyan shilling. And because of that, companies are shifting to other East African countries. And while blaming Moses Kuria for failing to address the balance of trade. There is something that someone told me, and I wanted to ask. Someone told me, Kevin, the challenge why entrepreneurship or why these investments are actually leaving the Kenyan space is because of operation of businesses through rapid greed, over licensing, 10% at every level of clearance, and all manner of corruption pushed out entrepreneurs to more friendly grounds. For you to set up a business, a serious business in this country, there is over licensing. You need to walk from many offices looking for license. NEMA, KRA, government, county, chief, I don't know what. There are quite a number, health, Ministry of Health. There are quite a number of approvals that we will have in this country. And at those approvals, there is 10% that you need to drop at every office. And that is why even those people who want to invest, sometimes the affordable housing projects, there are some people that are moving out because even for you to be approved by the county, there are a lot of bottlenecks on the way, and those bottlenecks, for you to overcome them, you need to part with some fortune. So it's been said that, now, what is this that Kanini Kega has seen why he is making that U-turn? He is on record saying that Uhuru Kenyatta was the worst president this country has. There is a context to this. That interview in Unoro happened after Rigathi Gachagua spent the whole weekend with Kanini Kega in Mount Kenya. On Saturday, they attended the golf event, the golf festival. On Sunday, they were also in the church service. So over the weekend, there was a Mount Kenya unity meeting, and over the weekend, Rigathi Gachagua insisted on the need for him to have a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta. And some sources were actually saying that the attempt, because the strategy that Rigathi Gachagua used to reach out to Uhuru Kenyatta, and that is what could largely be seen as a Kanini Kega U-turn, was he first made the statement in media. Before even making the approach, he first made the statement in media. By making it in media, he wanted to arouse the emotions and then capture what will be the people's perception when he is to have a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta. And of course, he had to deliver it through there. Then after that, there have been other frantic efforts by even emissaries sent to the Uhuru Kenyatta Secretariat. But Uhuru is adamant about that meeting, despite of a push. And what Rigathi Gachagua now seems to be doing is he wants to bring everyone, even around, who was around Uhuru Kenyatta, and those who he believes, Kanini Kega, Uhuru knows very well that Kanini Kega was used by Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto to establish the Jubilee Party. So there is a context. The other context here is the government dropped the coup on Jubilee Party. And yes, it ended somehow. Even though Kanini Kega still remains in the picture. So this is the game plan. The game plan here is very clear. Number one, Rigathi could be trying to use Kanini Kega to send a message to William Ruto that Mount Kenya can actually rebel. That's the message. And remember, that was Inoro TV station. I'm very sure that someone from State House will look at that headline and place a call to Kanini Kega or Rigathi Gachagua and ask, what are your troops saying? Because Mount Kenya is the place where William Ruto will not want any sort of a rebellion or any resistance coming from there. And from where I'm seated, the game plan is to drop a signal that, look here, we are not a liability, and we can as well tell our people the truth. And maybe this could be something. There is also the second game plan would be that Uhuru Kenyatta may have demanded that you need to tell the people the truth. I'm not going to, in fact, there is no way that Uhuru will defend William Ruto's policies now. If William Ruto did not defend his policies, did not support his government the second time by the time they were together. So it's very clear that Rigathi could still be finding a soft spot for Uhuru reconciliation. And that is, anyway, because there have been all indications that all efforts to reach have been blocked. And there is no way. Number 3, recently, Kanini Kega was actually booed and chased from a podium in Kiambu. That event, they were in that event with Maina Njenga. There is a possibility that the Mount Kenyan leaders are finding it difficult to defend government policies, especially on the cost of living. And because already the ground is hostile, they need to tell people what the truth is, that things are bad. I don't know how Rigathi Handshake will react to that story. I know it's one that will develop. But I also want you to tell me what could be the reasons behind the Damascus moment that Kanini Kega is having. Thank you.